Right, good evening everyone, welcome back to the channel, thank you for stopping by. I hope you're all doing well out there. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, dropping a like on the video to help me reach a wider audience and grow the channel. Any comments or questions you may have, please leave them down below and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I know I've got a bunch of comments from my last 3 or 4 videos to go through and I'll try and get through them later on tonight. As you can see from the thumbnail, I'm going to be talking about VeChain again today. It's had a very, very decent day today. The article I'm going to go through is purely speculative. It's regarding when VeChain might hit $1, which is, it's purely guesswork at the moment. I can just go through my charts and tell you what I'm seeing. So I'll start off with the cryptocurrency market, then I'll look at the charts, and then we'll go through the article quickly just to see what they're saying, what their conclusions are. None of this is financial advice, by the way. It's just me sharing my thoughts and feelings on the markets and things that I'm invested in. Right, so the market is down 1.19% today, which is to be expected after such a large pump up yesterday. It's still over $1.1 trillion, which is decent, leaves us in a good position. So the market cap is 1.109 trillion. We've got a 24-hour trading volume of 77.8 billion, and Bitcoin dominance is up to 42.4%. It was down a bit earlier, but Bitcoin is still above $24,000, $24,500 nearly. So we could look to be breaking that $25,000 range soon, which would, that would certainly bring a few more buyers into the market. It's strange. People want to buy when something's expensive, but when it's low, they don't want to get in. Everything's back to front in my eyes when you look at the way people invest in things. Looking through the top 10, Ethereum down slightly. XRP down slightly. What's doing well in the top 10? Polygon continues to do well. That looks like it might flip BUSD soon. Move up into 8th spot. Dogecoin continues to lose ground. I can see that slipping out the top 10 at some point. And you look at Polygon, what that's done today. Sorry, Polkadot has done today. That could soon, it's catching up on Solana. So Solana or Dot, they could be overtaking Doge at some point. Litecoin, not really something I'm interested in. What's that trading at? Still $100 coin though. Tron still lurks around. Sorry, I said top 10. I'm working my way all the way through all sorts of stuff. Chainlink's still doing quite well, but let's move on to the biggest rises of the last 24 hours. Filecoin's had a great day. It's up 25%, 50% on the week. Market cap's almost 3 billion. Not so much something I'm invested in personally, but for those of you who are, well done. ICP continues to do well. I've seen that in the top 10 biggest movers recently. As I mentioned, Polkadot's had a good day, and there's our one, VeChain, up 8.43% and 15% on the week. So it'll be interesting to look at the chart in a minute. So if we go to VeChain's page on CoinMarketCap, you can see we're trading at 0.027, up 8.43% on the day, up 10% against Bitcoin, which is always a good indicator of how well something's doing, because as Bitcoin goes up, the rest of the market tends to follow. But if you're outperforming Bitcoin, then that's the real metric of how well a coin is doing. So we are doing, we're up 10% against Bitcoin's gains today, so that's basically a good thing. Market cap back above $2 billion. Circulating supply remains the same, 84% of the total supply, so that's 72.5 billion. 24-hour trading volume of 118 million. So trading volume's up, obviously, because the price has been up, so people have been buying. Looks lovely on that daily chart. So let's go to the 7-day. You can see we did have a little pullback, but things have been slowly, looking better over the last few days. If we go through the sentiment, I'm not sure what I'm going to see. VET, here we go. VET, just hold, don't sell. That's what I do. I concur with that. Not financial advice, but I'm just holding on. I'm bullish on VeChain. I'm bullish on VeChain. Yep. Nothing really significant, but everyone seems to be fairly bullish. Interestingly enough, there doesn't seem to be a massive amount of shilling in here. It's actual people talking about the project they're invested in. Anyway, so I digress. Let's move on to today's chart. So here we are on the daily, and I don't know if you've seen any of my previous videos, and I have been talking about this double top that we need to push through and see how we react to it. We could almost call it a treble top, but we are at that point now. We've come back into our parallel channel. We had a little dip down and found support at 0.022. We're up to 0.026, and I'll be interested to see how this candle closes today, because yesterday I was hoping that this bar was sort of around this level, but obviously it's sold off overnight. But we've had this is the nicest bar we've had for a long time. It's a massive bullish engulfing, or expansion bar, whatever you want to call it. It's completely wiped out the losses of the last few days and pushed us towards a new high. We're making a new high. We've not made a new high yet. There's the divergence between those. There is a divergence going on in play between these two highs, but with this sort of momentum behind it, you can see we've switched to positive momentum. It doesn't concern me that much. And as I've stated on numerous occasions, I see the next stop for this at 0.032 is my next target, an area of interest. And then we can start moving on and stop talking about this level. But it is great to see that we are testing this double top, and hopefully we can push through it and break out and, continue to head north if we can stay in this sort of this bullish momentum that we are seeing across the grander crypto market. Excuse me while I sip some water. Don't worry, one day I will learn to edit if I can be. Well, I will learn to edit, but for the time being, I'm just making things up as I go along. It's all quite raw on my channel. It just comes off the top of my head as I speak. I don't script anything. Anyway, on to the article. I'll link it down below if you want to read through it. It's purely speculative. They're talking about Changelly, and I don't know if any of you know about Changelly. They just pull these figures out there. I don't know how they work it out. It's probably algorithmic or something, but here we go. Anyway, when will VeChain reach $1? I'll put that in the thumbnail. That'll be a bit clickbaity. You've got to try all you can to get a few views and subscriptions, isn't it? Anyway, so VeChain's native token, VET, is facing resistance at 0.025 on Friday, and it is beginning to retrace in price. VET had a good start since January in 2023, climbing from 0.015 to 0.025 in February. Now that VeChain is gaining steam in the indices, investors are keen to see it reach the $1 mark in the next bull run. However, the cryptocurrency needs to break several hurdles to hit $1, and getting there could take longer than imagined. Now, that's like, you couldn't make a more obvious statement than that, let's just go back to the chart. That's just, I'm sorry to get away from things, but if you look at it, obviously there's several things we need to get through. We need to get through the resistance there. You've got to get through all-time high, which was at 0.027. So getting there would be a start. So then we can start talking about $1. But just to say that there's several hurdles to get through before you reach there is just like so mind-numbingly obvious or glaringly obvious. I don't even know when I need to state it. But, maybe this is for people that aren't, really clued up on VeChain or know the history of the project or the partnerships and whatnot. But obviously there are hurdles to get there. I don't know how long it's going to take. I do believe it will get there. Not financial advice, obviously. I do see this as a top 10 crypto, as I've stated before. So let's carry on with the article. I keep going off at a tangent, don't I? I do apologise. That's just my internal monologue. VeChain is considered a low-risk and high-potential cryptocurrency. It is equipped with a long set of use cases. The Layer 1 allows developers to create and launch smart contracts and decentralised applications on top of its network. It also dwells into logistics. It doesn't just dwell into logistics, it's massively into logistics and supply chain. It also dwells into logistics and supply chain management, helping other businesses widen their operational services. Therefore, VeChain's use cases are aplenty and solve certain problems plaguing the business and financial world. When could VeChain reach $1? Equipped with promising prospects, VeChain's native tokens could scale sustainably in the indices in the coming years. The Finders panel of experts also put a buy for VeChain at its current price of 0.025. Price forecasting firm Changelly has predicted that VeChain could remain below $1 for the entire decade. VeChain could reach a high of 0.056 by the end of 2030 and way behind the estimated mark to hit $1. So this is what Changelly have come up with. But sometimes in cryptocurrency, I'm sure you're all aware, expect the unexpected. So they can say, they could have some algorithm that tells you where the price will reach in a certain amount of time. They're saying that it's got 2032 we could hit $1. If it does hit $1, I'm quite happy to wait until then, because I've got a fair bit of my bags will have increased substantially by then. Personally, I believe this will happen because when the bull run does happen, I'm not saying it's going to happen now. I'm thinking more 2024, 2025, but I'm happy with what's going on. Everything looks nice at the moment. I see us blasting through all-time highs, and 50 cents is my current target, and I can see us pushing beyond that once we really get a head of steam behind us. I think the next Bitcoin halving's next year, isn't it? 2024. That's just off the top of my head. I can't remember, but that's normally a catalyst for the next bull run. But the way things are playing out at the moment, it could happen sooner than first thought. Well, awful pronunciation from me there. I do apologise. So let's look at that chart one last time, back on the daily, because it is looking very nice. So let's go down to 4 hourly, just to see if there's anything of interest there. If my mouse wants to work. Here we go, we're on the 4 hourly. So we can see this, we've had since, sorry, my computer's being absolutely Come on, wake up. I have to give it a kick in a minute. But you can see we had this lovely up bar here at 4 o'clock, a bit of consolidation, and then it's taken off at the start of this 4 o'clock bar, which is due to close in 9 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see how the next bar starts. With regards to divergences, nothing there. Everything's in the right direction. We've got nice positive momentum. We're above the 50, we're above the 100. Momentum switch to positive. MACD line and signal line both above the 100. Let's go back to the daily to check where we are in relation to the moving averages. We've still got that golden cross. I don't know if that's what's causing this, but well, obviously not causing it, but it is a technical indicator. 50 has crossed above the 100 and now it is playing out. So I'd be interested to see, I know I'm being very repetitive here, but to see how we close out today and how we move on today and going through Sunday, because as I always say, going back to my repetition thing, institutional traders are off at the weekend, so the market's left in the hands of retail, and there tends to be a bit of selling going on, or not so much. Obviously trading volume's down, so we'll see how things play out over the weekend. I don't generally make videos on Saturday because Saturday's my night. I love boxing and I watch boxing on Saturday night, but if there is anything of any interest, I will take a bit of time out of my schedule, make myself sound important, but I will, make a quick 5-minute video just to update you purely on the technicals. I won't be looking for news, I'll just be looking at the charts. So I'll leave you with that. I wish you all a wonderful evening. Have a great weekend. If you haven't already, please subscribe, drop a like on the video, helps me reach a wider audience and therefore grow the channel. Any comments, questions, price predictions, the drill, leave it down below, and I always reply when I get a chance. Have a great evening, see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, bye.